Hello everybody and welcome back to Wonderland. It has been a little while. Join me today as we jump on board Qantas Flight 1 from Sydney to Singapore to London. After many years of toiling, I have finally got my long service leave, so I decided to go for a walk around the city on my last night before I left.
Early the next morning,
I love being up early and I wanted to be in the city and have a look around before we left. I'm one of those people that gets to the airport about 10 hours before the flight, but I thought it would be perfect time to grab a coffee to see if anything was open in the city. My beloved Mecca on King Street was open, of course, but now it has closed down. Boo. I also grabbed something to eat and nervously drank my coffee at the grounds of Alexandria in the city. What to pack on a 3-month trip? Well, everything. As you can see here, my suitcase is already full and I had trouble trying to get it closed. I tried to take as many things out as I could, but yet my suitcase still remained chock-a-block. This was to be the bane of my existence on the trip, but we got there in the end. Swished in the back seat with the suitcase up against me, off we go to the airport. Look at me with a pep in my step. I was so excited to be at the airport, but a little nervous. I'd probably done about 3 nervous poos. Tried to drink my coffee, could barely eat my food, but here we are at the airport. The airport also wasn't that busy at this time, but perhaps it was because I was 10 hours early for my flight. I'm joking. It was probably 9 hours before the flight, but here we are trying to put the sticker on the bag. Has anybody had any luck at doing this? I seem to be very unco at doing it. I think we eventually got there in the end, although it looked a little crooked. Next up is the long wait in customs and immigration.
1 pair of pants later.
Made it out of immigration and customs quite quickly, and then welcome to the land of duty free. Of course, I found a trolley, which was fun to spin around. Whee! Look at me! I never understand duty free. You only get like a little bit off anyway, which is 10%, which is probably cheaper in the shops anyway. My point exactly, which is Tim Tams costing an arm and a leg here in the airport when you can probably get them at the shop for $2.50. Okay, duty free is probably good, or the shops in the airport are good to grab those last minute snacks and treats for your friends overseas if you haven't packed them already. I used to pack little clip-on koalas and leave them in various places all over the world, but not for $10. They're a little bit more expensive here in the airport. Ooh la la, très chic. I love trying on sunglasses in the airport. They just let you try them on wherever you are. It's a little bit harder normally in shops because you have shop assistants, but here I can try on as many as I like.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
After hanging around in the shops for 15 hours, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to go and have some more food in the business class lounge for Qantas. Can we get on the plane already? I'm joking. But one thing that the Qantas Lounge has is the licorice all sorts. They are the freshest licorice all sorts and I absolutely love them. Many people don't like them, so I took all of them. I'm joking again. Time for a nervous toilet break. Come and join me and check out the toilets. They are beautiful and clean. I was actually quite impressed. I know the Qantas staff work really hard in this beautiful business lounge, so kudos to them. There's a bit of a lack of respect with people eating in these lounges too, mess everywhere. So again, thanks to the staff for always looking after it and keeping it clean. It was time to leave the business class lounge and it was time to head airside. First, I wanted to watch the McDonald's chippies come down the little conveyor belt. Whee! I don't get out that often.
One eternity later.
Finally, it was time to board. Getting on board the beautiful A380 Qantas Flight 1, heading to Singapore, then to London. Finally on board, and here I am in my premium economy seat in 37B. I was sitting in the aisle and I was excited.
Give us your attention for the next few minutes and we'll keep you safe on this flight as we journey to the magic places of regular Aussies all around Australia and the world. Welcome to Qantas.
Finally, it was time to depart. Unfortunately, the Qantas Flight 1 always seems to be quite late. This was a little bit late, but if it's down to safety, I don't care. Do all the checks you want. I'm happy with that. Then we taxied onto the runway. The sky started to look a little bit cloudy. Do get a little bit of takeoff anxiety, but that's just because I'm a nervous wreck. I don't know if you're a plane nerd like me, but I was very excited to be on the A380. knowing that these big beasts are soon not going to be made anymore, every time I go on it is just a thrill. I even get excited when I see them fly over the sky when I'm just walking to work. So it was exciting to be on one yet again. A little right turn onto the runway and we were finally off. Again, I don't know if it was me, but once we got to the point where we started to take off, I didn't think we had enough thrust that we were actually going anywhere. I know it's a big beast of a plane, but it looked like it was hardly moving up. It looked like it was just going for a casual little fly under the clouds, but we got there safe. Plus, what would I know? I'm not a pilot. Comment down below if you are a pilot and you can explain why this beast takes so much longer to get up in the air. Yes, I know it's a lot bigger than the other planes, but it looks like it's just going for a nice little cruise along the coast. While we're taking forever to get up into the sky, we might use this opportunity to subscribe to my channel. It would help me a lot, and I'd love for you to join me on further adventures. I've got lots of stories to come. Let the in-flight service begin. I watched all of the new season of Young Sheldon and cried. I ate all my nuts and I drank all my drink pretty quickly, and then straight to the toilet, of course. The food service on this flight was really good. I got so much food. It's weird trying to get into those time frames for the destination, but here I had a nice chicken and cashew curry with some bread and real cheese. I was so excited to get my packet of real cheese as opposed to not real cheese, as I always say. A little carrot cake, a Greek salad, and under the bread there were also some little treats. Qantas Bits and Pieces by David Kayon, including this ice cream. Just kidding. As the sun started to set, it was evident we were getting closer to our destination, so let's have some more food. I don't know what this little parcel was, but it looks like a YouTube play button. I can't remember what it was, but there was also quiche on offering and a good old Aussie Lamington.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Here we are in Singapore. It was very, very hot, and here I was rugged up in thermals and a big jacket. We only had really an hour or so, so I had time to go to the toilet and then line back up in security yet again to board the next part of Qantas Flight 1 from Singapore to London. As I've mentioned before, I'm like Rain Man. I only fly Qantas, so I can't compare them, but I always see that the indemnity kits that they have on other flights, Qantas is always a little bit stingy. But I got some socks, I got an eye mask, I got some lip gloss, and I got some other random things which I didn't even use. Sorry, Qantas. Next up was more food, a chicken dish, and then there was also a piece of bread. Underneath there was a surprise, yay, Tim Tam, this cakey thing, and I was full. Let's have a look at the toilet here. Nothing exciting, but it was clean. And again, I appreciate the Qantas staff for working so hard. I was pretty tired here and I looked a mess, so you're not going to see my face. Hi. Is it just me, or am I the total unco that can never open the toilet doors on a plane? You push, pull, yep, fold it, doesn't work. Next up, brekkie time. I had some eggs and some salad and this suggestive sausage. Yes. Comment if you've ever used one of these before. We began our descent into London's Heathrow Airport. We had to do a little bit of a hot lap around before we could land due to air traffic control. And as you can see here, we will see another plane zoom straight past us. The flight time for this flight is approximately 23 hours from Sydney to London, with a stopover in Singapore for about an hour or so. It's a long flight. It's a summer's day here in London and it's looking a little bit drab, but it was about 5:36 in the morning. A little bumpy coming in, but we were lucky because Heathrow tends to get some really strong winds and a lot of the planes have to do a go around. We were lucky, we did our hot laps in the sky and we were ready to touch down. I know I was, my back was killing me. And this is one of my favourite parts of a holiday is the touchdown. You've travelled all this way, well, Australians travel all the way and vice versa to get to their destination. 23 hours away, you touch down and you have your whole trip in front of you. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse on my flight, Qantas Flight 1 from Sydney to Singapore to London in premium economy, and I hope to share with you a lot more from my trip. I hope to get it up and running very soon, so please subscribe to follow me for more adventures in Wonderland. And don't forget to like if you really enjoyed it and write a comment. I'd love to hear from you.
Three days later.
Which seemed like an eternity. We had finally landed in London and we piled out and we are heading to customs and immigration here as well. I'm so excited to be in London. I absolutely love this city. I don't know why, but I just do. And I was happy to be back and take lots and lots of photos. Here are a few. Thanks again for joining me in Wonderland. I hope you had a great time with me on board. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can follow that link, and I'll see you all very soon.